Hi, welcome to Convini TV, where real estate is done differently. My name's Cameron Owens, CEO and co-founder of Convini, and I'm here with Greville Pabst, one of Melbourne's leading property advisors. Grev, welcome. Great to have you here today.
Thanks, Cameron. It's a pleasure to be here.
Brilliant. Grev, I'd love to get your thoughts on what's happening in the Australian real estate industry more broadly, specifically sales.
Well, Cameron, 2021, it's off to a flying start.
Yeah.
And particularly with that COVID year, 2020, it was very tough for many property owners. And we saw last year, property prices fall by about 7%. And we let's not forget 2018, where the median house prices in Melbourne and Sydney fell anywhere between 11 and 15%. So whilst it's encouraging that we're starting to see growth in our property markets, it's still below, in many capital cities, below the 2017 highs. So, I think February we saw median house price grow in particularly in Melbourne and Sydney, and in the other capital cities around Australia, anywhere between 1 and 2.5% for the month. So I know in Melbourne it was 2.5%. So that's an extraordinary growth figure. So it's houses particularly are very strong at the moment. Houses are flying out the door. Very strong forecast capital growth this year for standalone houses. Anywhere, I think we're going to see perhaps somewhere between, if these clearance rates maintained at 15 to, we're going to see 15 to 20% capital growth this year, which is going to be an extraordinary year. But then there's some markets that are also a bit softer and suffering, particularly with the overseas migration and overseas students and so forth. So there's a bit of an oversupply in some markets, particularly in the inner city, Docklands, South Bank. High-rise apartments is struggling, but overall, there's consumer confidence is back. All the property fundamentals are strong. Right? We've got low interest rates. We've got a lot of money flowing into the economy with all the incentives and what the government have given to first home buyers and stamp duty concessions and so forth. Unemployment, I think, is below 6%. So there's a supply. That's the other thing. The supply is tight in some markets. So all of these things combining, I think, is going to lead to a very strong market this year for Australian property.
That's really interesting. Do you think from the supply perspective, there's going to be some relief? Do you see some volumes coming back into the market?
Look, stock levels have been very tight for the last 5 years. So we are starting to see a bit more supply come onto the market, but that's really good. I think vendors are seeing the results in the market. Each week we're hearing about record prices for houses, and so that's encouraging more vendors to come out and put their properties on the market. But as I said, certain other markets have an oversupply, right. And so until the international markets open up, I think they're going to sort of remain quite subdued.
Yeah, thank you.